Fáilte, and welcome to a short video on how to make a circle in crochet. We're using a technique called working in the round, and I'm going to show you how to make this particular sample. So I'm using sheepies with a number 3 hook. Now this is very handy if you're making any of these lovely little animals. So for example, on poor Bunny here who's no clothes on, we're going to work in the round, and this is how we make her head. We can also make tiny little things like a little pudding at Christmas time, and it's the same principle, so it's very, very handy. And I have a pattern written out here that you would have gotten in class. So we're going to make a magic loop. Now this isn't anything to be worried about. You're literally going to get the end of the yarn and lay it across your hands and cross it over, okay? And when you've done that, then you're just going to insert your hook and you're going to pull up a loop, and then you're going to change hands and hold that like that and yarn up, okay, your non-dominant hand, and just literally secure the loop you've just made with one chain. Now, what you need to do and what's important is you're going to work under both of these pieces of cotton here or yarn. And this is how at the very end you're going to ever so slightly pull it. And this is what is going to turn, you know, the flat row of stitches you've just made into a circle. So there's one. So we're doing 6 double crochet. So there's the first one, and you can see that I'm going right down into this loop, pulling up and taking off 2, but I have both of these strands. I'm working under both of them there. So that's 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now we're just going to pull up a loop, and very gently we're going to hold the work in our hand over here, and we're just going to pull this. And you can see now the circle is getting smaller, and we're pulling this around, okay? Now, whoops, wrong hook. So I've used a bigger hook so you can see my stitches. So now this allows us to come right around here, and then into this top stitch here I'm going to put 2 stitches because I'm now on the next row. And what I've tried to do is write it in such a way that this is written into, this type of pattern is, you will find it in other patterns. Asterisk means you're going to repeat from the asterisk to the end of the asterisk. So 1 UK double crochet or a US single crochet into the first stitch, and then wrong line. So that's row 2. We're on row, this is the start. So row 1 is 2 UK double crochets and 2 US single crochets into each stitch. So I've done the first one there, and I know it's really important. I'm going to put a stitch marker into the very first one there, okay? So that's the first one, and then I'm doing 2. So I'm doing an increase into every stitch, okay? So 2. So I'm just putting 2 in there and 2 into the next one and 2 into the next one. And it's very important that you count at the end of every row, because there's no point then in just flying through it and realizing, oh, if you don't have enough stitches, it's going to curl, and if you've too many stitches, it's just going to flop. So it's sort of important, and it gives structure to your work as well if you have the right amount of stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, there's little things to remind you when you're doing this. The stitch marker is great. So now let's not make a mistake. We're now on row 2 or round 2. And again, we're following this type of format that is used in crochet patterns. So we're doing 1 into the first stitch and then 2 into the next stitch. Okay, so 1 into the first stitch where the stitch marker used to be, and now we're going to pop in into the new round the stitch marker, and then we have to do 2. So when I'm doing this, I'm inclined to say to myself when I'm crocheting 1, 2, and what that really means is 1 stitch. So there's 1, that means 1 stitch, and 2 means 2 stitches. Okay, so 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. Now let's just make sure that we have the right amount of stitches again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and that is what we should have. Now round 3. So we'll take out our stitch marker, and we're doing one stitch into the next 2 stitches and then a double. Okay, so in we go again, and we do 1, and then the stitch marker goes in. I know it's fiddly, but honest to goodness, it'll save you, you know, countless hours ripping back. So 1, so back up here again, so 1 DC or 1 SC into the next 2 stitches. So then I say 1, 2, and then 2, and then I say 1, and then I say 1, and then I say 2, and 2, and 1, and 1, and 2, and 2, and 1, and 1, oops, and 2, and 2, and 1, and 1, and 2, and 2, and 1, and 1, and 2, and 2. Okay, so again, we're just going to make sure that there's 24 here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now, the other thing that can happen is if you're getting to the end of your sequence and you're missing stitches, and you know you've counted the previous row, you've just to go back, because somewhere along that row you've just missed a stitch, and you've probably just been, you know, asked a question, or the phone has rang, or the doorbell has rang, or a text has come in, or some such thing. Now on to round 4. So again, the increase again. So you're doing 1 DC or single crochet into the next 3 stitches and then a double. Okay, so I've done the first one and I've put in the stitch marker. So then I sort of change what I say now. So then I say 1, I've done 1, 2, 3, and then I say 2. And then 1, 2, 3, and then I say 2. And then I say 1, 2, 3, and then I say, whoops, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, and then I say 2. Okay, and then I say 1, say 2, and then I say 1, 2, 3, and then I say a double. Now I need to count this row again, whoops-a-daisy, okay, and make sure I have 30. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now, so there's 30. Now we're on to the last row, okay? So we're going to do 1 double crochet or 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches and then 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 2. So I'll just take out this stitch marker, okay? And then we're doing 1 stitch in there and put back in the stitch marker, okay? And then we're doing so that's 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and then 2. So that's 1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2. 1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, and that's 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 1, 2. Now again, we're just going to count and make sure we've 36, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So I hope you've enjoyed this brief and I'm sorry about the noise. My husband is insisting on packing the fridge coming in from the groceries, so I'm just about to finish now. So thank you very much, and I just wanted to show you now how to finish the last bit of the work. So you turn it to the back, put your thumb over the work and just gently guide it in, and that will finish off your round. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you now. Bye bye.